Well, hey there everybody. We will be heading into the dungeon for the vast majority of today's video, but I gotta tell you, I do love living in Manitoba. Not only was it affordable, it's where I was born, but every time I think we might actually be getting a smidgen closer to spring, it does this. Now, I don't know how well that's showing up in the camera, but these are some big flakes falling down that are gonna add up to, well, probably a few inches at least. I'm guessing a lot more than that. It was supposed to drop down to -19 today, but generally it doesn't snow when it's that cold. So I'm thinking we might be able to escape that little bit of fun. All we gotta do is shovel. Now the fridge stopped its whining. It's my turn to whine. It's real pretty though. It's like living in a snow globe. So I was looking through my seeds and making a care package for a friend of mine who wants to start a bit of a pepper garden this year. And I found a whole bunch of varieties that I haven't even started yet, including my missing chocolate bootless seeds. So they are in here somewhere in a labeled cup. I was sitting and watching some videos earlier, so I just kind of pre-labeled all these. They got the seed package in there, and I'm just going to need to fill them up and moisten them, cover them up, throw them on the table. Now that said, I think most of these things that are on the table, like these ones here in the back anyway, probably going to get moved to the shelf just to make a little bit of room here. But yeah, that's going to be interesting, Anything come up in that sage yet? Nope. Oh, it's going to make me wait forever. I think the sage did make me wait forever last time I sprouted some though, so not too surprised by that. Well, this one type of tomato's got tons of little seedlings coming up in there. I might have dropped more than I needed to in that one. Oh well, life goes on, so I've got more tomatoes. No big deal. Actually, it looks like everything except... No, this lemon boy does have one popping up in it too. So, yeah, it looks like all of these tomato varieties have sprouted up. And looking through those seeds, I found 2 more tomato varieties that I'm going to be planting down today too. So, that is interesting. It's going to be one heck of a year for salsa. Looking at the seedlings over here that have been transferred under the funky LED. We've got this crimson red. Might even be putting a couple more flowers on there. Down here we've got the matchbox, which is apparently a short season pepper. It needs to be wiggled over the fish tank, but that still looks like I've got 7 flower starts on there. Ah, it's fabulous. That is truly fabulous. This mint, just going insane. See, here's the super chili. This was looking pretty ravaged before I moved it over. I mean, the leaves were kind of looking like that. But if we look at the new growth on the top here, these are looking pretty good. Again, it needs to be wiggled over the fish tank and get rid of a few aphids, but looking pretty good. It's another super chili. This one kind of got a little taller than its comrade there. And crimson red. What do we got back here? This is one of the ahi penics. That's looking nice. That's looking nice. Yeah, these guys definitely need to feed the fish. So, I mean, that policy of shaking them over the fish tank isn't necessarily wiping out my aphid situation, but I think it is definitely helping me keep it a little more under control. So that's good. That's very good. Still nothing sprouting up yet in the loaf pan here, where I accidentally dumped all those sand dollar seeds, but all things in time. Hotter peppers take a little while. I mean, not that the sand dollar is an amazingly hot pepper or anything, but it's what I tell myself when they don't sprout. No, the hot peppers just take a while. They just take a while. So I guess my next step for today is filling up this shelf with hopeful little pepper plants. What do we got here? I think this is another super chili. It's doing alright. Some variation in their leaves, so I'm not entirely sure if that really was a super chili or if it was one of the freaks. But if it was one of the freaks, then great, because I might have all kinds of funky purple peppers by the time this adventure is done. Found this plant tray here I'm hoping to fill up with something. I haven't decided which individual variety is going to get that many plantings yet. But I've got time, You saw what's going on outside. End of May, beginning of June for safe time to plant out of doors, as it were. So yeah, I got lots of time. Getting a little short on soil though, so hopefully I've got enough in here to fill up all of those cups. It's pretty dry. I'm going to need to pre-moisten this. But, you know, if I run out, then universal destiny, we'll call it. And the ones I haven't got planted yet just have to wait. But I mean, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room on the table for all of these cups anyway. So, yeah. That's me though, right? When it comes to gardening, I go overboard or I don't even go on the cruise. So, yeah, it's fun though. I really enjoy having all these varieties of peppers, all these varieties of tomatoes, and apparently I have quite a few varieties of squash too. But I won't be planting them until a little closer to the actual gardening season. I do have a list of things that should be planted after all danger of frost has passed and things like that, and a couple things that are listed as, you know, 2 months and 6 weeks and 4 weeks early. So I'm going to do a lot of those more on schedule, you know, than normally I would. But peppers and tomatoes, yeah, I am more than happy to get an early jump on getting them growing. So I have some planting to do. Obligatory fish shot, because they're kind of sort of out. Water's a little murky today. Might be time to switch some of that over. Barely see how purty the fish are. Definitely not good time for a fish cam though. Okay, maybe the water's a little more than murky. Anywho, kind of going through here and grabbing them all. Taking a look at the pepper situation, or I should say the aphid situation. Shaking them all off over the fish tank, which actually might explain the murkiness. There's some dirt that's falling in there too. And putting them on the shelf. There's actually quite a bit of room on that shelf when you tighten things up, so that'll work out fine. Considering the fact that it's growing in the bottom half of a water bottle, Sahi Peruvian seems to be doing alright. Maybe use a bit of a nutrient boost. Time to mix up some more of those general hydroponics nutrients. But not bad height, not bad form. The leaves seem pretty uniform-ish. Which I guess leaves us grabbing the ahi penic here, which definitely needs to feed the fish. Well, that's all of the already transplanted peppers from the table area. Still got a fair bit of shelf to go, so that's good. Room for future expansion, but I'm not sure I've really bought myself enough room on the table. So, I might need to slightly rearrange my plans here. That's cool, I don't mind. Thinking on the fly, right? Yeah, that's it. Well, you bring a little order to chaos and all of a sudden you've got way more table space. Excellent. I'm definitely going to have to cut up some more water bottles, but I've got a whole bag of them still, so cool. Time to get, well, soaking some dirt, I guess. Alright, well, I need to pre-moisten my soil, like I was saying, and since I need to take some of the water out of that fish tank anyway, all I'm really going to do here is just soak it down. Looks like the most of the aphids are gone that I sprinkled on the water there, so hopefully I didn't get too many of those into the soil. But if I did, we know their future, so now it's just a matter of mixing this all around and getting it to a sort of an even consistency. It's a little soupy there in the middle, but there's lots of really dry stuff here, so by the time I get it mixed up, should be just fine. Really, I guess before I get to planting new seeds, I should plant out these little guys that have sprouted up here, the chocolate naga brain, the devil's heart, and the ahua chapan? I don't know. Somebody can correct me with the phonetics if they really want to. But anyway, yeah, some peppers that need to be transplanted out. Lovely. And I've got a few of these larger ones, which I do kind of prefer those. So, I guess I see two of those at least. Well, maybe the third one will go into a smaller one. So, pretty basic. Fill up the cup, drop it like a cake to get rid of any air bubbles. We'll take my handy little aphid brush here, create a nice well in the center, and we'll start with the ahi because that has got some serious legginess going on, and I am going to plant that as deep down into here as I can to kind of reduce the visible legginess, and hopefully that won't be a problem. There is some debate in the pepper community as to whether or not the roots will sprout from this section here, but either way, I'm burying it. Now you can see looking at this that I probably should have gotten on this transplanting a little bit sooner because it's got a few side roots going on there. Not enough that it's going to be problematic, but enough to tell me I should have done this a couple days ago. So in you go there, buddy. And I am just going to shove that right in the hole that I made there. Hopefully I'm not making a J out of those roots, because I understand something called J-rooting or getting J-root or whatever can be a bit of an issue. Basically, if the root goes back up instead of pointing down or pointing out and around, sometimes your seedling can die from that in the transplant. Or so I have been told. I don't really know unless I know from experience, and even then it's questionable, isn't it? So, need to transfer the name of this onto the cup, and this little guy's good to go. Well, now this little guy's good to go. Little chocolate naga brain now in its new home. Getting this little dome. Time to get your grow on, buddy. Grow, little pepper plants, grow. Well, you tomatoes, you grow too. Now I could sit here and go through the process of planting each and every single one of these cups, but there's rather a lot of them there, and that strikes me as somewhat redundant, as I'm pretty sure we've all seen me plant pepper seeds down before. However, there is kind of something I do want to share with you guys. You know, I've been trying to find different ways to earn things online, and I like to try and get things as affordably as possible. And I've recently found this silly little website called Swagbucks. Don't know if you've heard of it or not, don't know if you've got any experience with it or not, but the long and short of it is basically you answer some surveys and you get these points, Swagbucks, but they're points. And they accumulate at a rate of like a penny a point, and you can trade those points in for like Amazon gift cards and stuff like that. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of letting the videos run in the background on my computer and, you know, accumulating the points that way, taking a few surveys. I've almost gotten enough points that I can trade up for a $5 Amazon card, which isn't huge, right? But what it is it's an opportunity to spend money that I didn't really make in a traditional fashion on seeds that I wouldn't normally purchase. So I think what I'm doing is I'm saving up those points, and I'm going to try and get myself all of those cactuses, the succulents, the some 200 some odd succulent seeds, and we'll grow from there and see what comes of all that. But the reason I mention it is because I know a few of you are in a similar situation to myself and not necessarily flush. So I'm going to put a referral link down there. Full disclosure, if you sign up, I get like $5 or whatever, probably only 5 swag bucks, but $5 towards my overall total. And I think you've got to like complete a survey or watch a couple of videos or whatever for it to officially count as a referral. But I'm putting it down there not so much because I need the referral, but because I think it might help a few of you that are like me and you have more time on your hands than money. So if it is something that would be interesting to you, I mean, it's not a good hourly rate. Full disclosure, it is a terrible hourly rate. But if you don't mind doing a few surveys and you don't mind, you know, like giving your opinions on things, this is a site that genuinely seems to pay out. Now, I have checked out a lot of those online survey opportunities over the years, and most of them are absolute poo. But this one and another one I'm about to check out, Shocks has had some very good success with that other one, so I'm going to be checking that out shortly. Not today, obviously. But yeah, so these two, the swag bucks that I'm doing, and I think it's I Say or something, the other one that Shocks is working on, they do seem to actually pay out, and it's not huge, which kind of indicates it's real. One thing I noticed with a lot of those scam survey sites is they promise these huge things, and then, oh, you don't qualify, oh, we don't have any surveys, oh, this, oh, that, oh, the other thing. And there's always some reason that they, you know, can't use you or can't pay you for all the information that you just gave. This Swag Bucks does seem to be kind of something different from that. I'm pretty sure it's available to folks in North America. I don't know beyond the continent, though, so if you are in, you know, traditional North America and are interested in doing a little something to get a couple extra pennies here or there, or work towards Amazon gift cards to make Christmas cheaper next December or whatever, feel free to use that link down at the bottom of the video, and you know, hopefully it can help you out. It's doing some good for me. I am going to be doing a lot of those little surveys, because now that I found a way that I can get some seeds for effectively free, it's just a little bit of time, I'm going to be all over that. Like, whew, I got a whole bunch of really bad metaphors going through my head, but I'm going to be all over that like a bear on a pepper plant. That one seems pretty PC. So, yeah, I did want to share that with you before I wrap it up today, and I don't really see the point in, like I said, showing you planting some, oh, I'd say 30-ish varieties of peppers that I don't have going. But you can bet your honey I'll be showing you when they finally pop up. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap up today's video there. Check the various links that I'm going to put up at the end of this to see if there's some new channels that maybe you haven't previously explored. And, of course, there will be that best for viewer video in case you're interested in, I don't know, something you have seen on my channel, something you haven't seen on my channel, something YouTube says you might want to watch. Alright, looks like I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day.